Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Cindy here from CLB Craft Creations with our Pinterest inspired card. And I will go ahead and add the picture right now. Okay, so our card is going to be using the Christmas Pines set, which is available today. So hopefully you guys have already put in your orders. If not, this should be on your must-have list. But I'm using the Christmas Pines as well as the coordinating framelits that go with it. Again, available today, so please make sure you get in your orders so that they don't go on back order and you don't have these to make your cards with. I am going to be using a piece of Berry Vanilla, which is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25, and a piece of Cherry Cobbler, which is cut at 4 by 5.25. And that goes right on top. And then my stamping piece is going to be a piece of Berry Vanilla again, and this is cut at 3.5 by 4.75. I wanted the red to really pop. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to stamp our sentiment, and I'm using Cherry Cobbler ink. Okay, and this is a very large stamp, so make sure that you get it inked really well. And I'm going to put this down in the bottom right corner, just leaving a little bit underneath of it and to the side, and then press that down. Now, I don't have any trouble stamping my photopolymer, but if you're not getting the crisp image you're looking for, then you might want to put a mouse pad underneath, just so that you can make sure that it transfers properly. Okay, that is stamped. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through my Big Shot, and I'm going to use the Gently Falling embossing folder. And I wanted to also point out that if you want the image raised on the front of your card, then you want the Sizzix symbol on the front. So you want to see that when you run your card through. If you want it debossed, then you would flip that over and you would, so then that is the image actually pressed into the paper. And it only really matters if you've done stamping ahead of time. So I want to make sure that I am getting the raised image, so my Sizzix is out. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to run it through my Big Shot. And then this is what I get. So see if you can see that texture in there. So that is the raised image there. Okay, now I did do some stuff off camera just because I didn't want this video to be super long and I wanted to add some Wink of Stella to my branches. But using the pine, the little evergreen thinlits or framelits, dies, whatever they are, I went ahead and I cut out 5. So I've got 1 of the large ones, I've got 2 of the medium sizes, and then 2 of the small. I also punched out 1 of the acorns, and this is the one that is it's the full image. I'll show you. They've got several pieces here. So this one is the one that I used, and it cuts out completely. Then this one just leaves it cuts out the shape, but it leaves these little indents, and that's kind of used to layer. So if you wanted to put this in a lighter color, you could layer that behind this one. And then it has it in the different sizes as well. If you wanted just a solid, then you could do that, and you could actually use that to stamp the acorn image in it as well. And then I also did the smaller bow in the Cherry Cobbler. Now, like I said, the reason I did that off camera is because I wanted to add the Wink of Stella to them so that they would shimmer, and I wanted them to have time to dry before I started assembling my card. So, and I know you can't see that. Hopefully the pictures have picked that up and you can see that in the photo. All right, so we really just have assembly at this point. I'm going to take my card base, and I'll take my Cherry Cobbler layer, just add some snail. And aside from the die cutting, this card comes together really, really quickly and could easily be mass produced. I do have the Big Shot die brush for kind of scrubbing out the pieces for the acorn, I thought that I was going to need to use it for the branches, but they came right off. I didn't actually use it for a single one of them, but it certainly makes it a lot quicker if you do have the die brush to get into those little pieces. All right, now I'm just going to add some snail to my stamped piece, and I'm going to put that in the center. I love that pop of cherry cobbler on there. Okay. And now we're just going to use some glue dots, and we're going to assemble our layers here. So I'm going to take the longest one, and I'm going to put a glue dot at the tip, and then I'm going to also put a glue dot just about a quarter of the way down, just because it's such a large piece. Now I'm going to have it go on and off of the very vanilla piece, and then I'm going to start layering my other die cuts just right on top. So I'm just going to go for the center and start layering these in. I'm going to put that one kind of off that way. You could also add the glue dots after, like for if you feel like it's just too floppy, then you can always add additional glue dots after you get this piece assembled. I wanted a nice full look of evergreens. It might be called pine boughs or evergreens. Branches, that's kind of what I'm calling them. All right, and then I'm going to put my pine cone, I think I called it an acorn earlier, my pine cone, and I'm going to put 3 on here just because I feel like I'm layering on top of all these other pieces. I just want to make sure. Okay, I want to make sure that it's touching enough. And then I'm going to take my bow, and I'm going to put that right at the top where they're all joining. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I absolutely love this. Now I'm going to add a rhinestone, but you certainly don't need to because we've added the Wink of Stella, but I want to add one more little pop of bling because I can. And I think I'm going to go with this medium size here. Probably could have used the smaller one, but that actually fits nicely. And there you go. So again, I did some stuff off camera. I hope that you liked this project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment.